In the figure, C is the center of the circle. Which of the following must be true? A, QC and RC have the same length. B, QR and RC have the same length. C, QC and QR are perpendicular. D, QR and RC are perpendicular. Or E, QRC is equilateral. So it is important to know some definitions in this problem to solve it. First, the definition of a circle. The definition of a circle states that it is a line forming a closed loop. So here's a line forming a closed loop. Every point has a fixed distance from the center point. So this is inferring about the radius, which is from the center to an outside point in the circle. All of these lines are of equal length. So we can look at the solutions now, the possible solutions. A, QC and RC have the same length. So QC and RC have the same length. This goes along with what I just said about the radius, that from the center to the outside point on the graph, that they all have a fixed distance, and therefore QC and RC are equal in length. If you want to check your answers, you can go on. The next one says QR and RC have the same length. So QR and RC. RC is a radius, however, QR is not. QR is actually a chord. A chord is a straight line joining 2 points on the circumference of a circle. So here are the points on the circumference, but it is not equal to the radius, so therefore B is false. Next, QC and QR are perpendicular. So QC and QR. Definition of perpendicular is a line that is perpendicular to another if it meets or crosses at right angles. So, you can draw a straight line here and go up to see if they do indeed meet at 90 degrees. To be perpendicular, the line would have to, here's QC, intersect, so if it was going longer, so this would have to be the other line to make it perpendicular. However, QR is over here, not at 90 degrees, so therefore it is not perpendicular. Next, D says QR and RC are perpendicular. So QR and RC. Same thing, except I'm going to solve it differently. The angle here is not 90 degrees, which would make a perpendicular line when they intersect. So therefore, QR and RC are not perpendicular. And lastly, QRC is equilateral. To be equilateral, a triangle needs to have the sides all the same length. However, we know that the two radiuses are the same length, but QR is the chord and is not the same length, and therefore it cannot be equilateral. So we are left with our solution. QC and RC have the same length. That is our answer.